Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your monthly reading for January 2026. We're here. Yeah. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's jump right in. If you are new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview. There's more in the back. Not everything's here. It's a loaded month. And then I'm going to do your full Celtic Cross spread. And then we break it down week by week. We'll pull more cards. Well, I'll talk about some aspects. And then the second spread, Taurus, happy 2026. We are here. I hope you brought champers and cake and your tool belt because you're going to get busy. All right. You're going to get to work. And that's because we're in the first month of the first half of the once in a lifetime multi-year rebirth that we're going through. All right. So you are going to be building that bridge toward your legacy and you're going to be hyper focused. Okay. This is Capricorn energy for you. It's also Aquarius energy when we move into Aquarius season. Don't forget, you have an exalted Mars in Capricorn too. It's his strongest placement. And so we'll talk about that, but that's just going to give you this unbelievable, almost miraculous drive and discipline that you haven't seen in 2 years. So yeah, it's all about your future. This month is all about your future. Okay, so prepare to burn some calories, making a name for yourself. And if you saw your 2026 forecast for your sign, which I'll leave at the end of this video, if you didn't, you're welcome. You know, this is the month that is brimming with rare aspects and events and alignments. And just to let you know, a few of them, you have a 4-planet stellium in Capricorn, your 9th house of education, higher mind, travel, your philosophies. And then you have a 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius. Yes, we'll break that down. Aquarius rules your 10th house of career and your legacy and your reputation and your social network, etc. You're going to be very social because your ruler Venus is off the charts this month. We have 4 kazimis, including a triple kazimi. We have 2 days with 5 aspects each. Back to back. When's the last time you saw that? We have a once every 164-year transit. We have a last of its kind new moon. And of course, the biggest thing of all, my birthday, January 28th. Yeah, I told you I'd bring that up again. So you better have brought cake. Because one thing that you really will celebrate this month is the fact there's only one challenging aspect this entire month. Yeah, one. We'll talk about it. But with that said, look at all these conjunctions. Just wait until I flip this over. So conjunctions are incredibly potent, okay? They're the biggest aspect. They can be formidable. And especially this month because 4 of those conjunctions are with Pluto, the planet of power and destruction. And those conjunctions will happen within a week. And I always say you create your reality, but here it's truly up to you on how you use these energies. You are going to have so much happen in career. With these, yeah, it's in your 10th house. We'll talk about it. And again, if you're not here for career, it's your reputation, it's your legacy, all right? And that's kind of the theme of January, which starts with all this Capricorn energy. It ends with Aquarius energy, 2 signs that are co-ruled by Saturn, the planet of life lessons and long-term goals and responsibilities. And with great power comes great responsibility. Thankfully, Saturn is actually... he's really cool this month, all right? Yeah, he's the authority. But this month, he's like the PE teacher, okay? That whistle around his neck is just jewelry. That's all it is. So even though there are potent aspects, remember, potent is the root of potential, derived from power. And power comes from inner strength, inner courage, self-belief, for empowerment. And you're going to have heaps of it because you brought your tool belt. The expensive one, the nice one. You're Taurus. Of course you got the nice one. So just a gentle reminder. You're not building a city. It's just a bridge. You're going to be good. You're going to be fun. And you are going to hit the ground running the very first day, January, okay? 1st, Thursday. Happy 2026. So 2026, not only a 1 year, right? New beginnings, but welcome to 1-1. You're going to have new beginnings right off the bat. Now, you see Mercury's moving into Capricorn. That's going to be happening later in the day. I told you not everything's on the whiteboard, okay? And we'll go over them just like now. The very first day, you will have the sun and your ruler, Venus, sextile the North Node in Pisces and trine the South Node in Virgo. 10 degrees. That's a 1. So, I mean, we're talking about the North Node here. We're, the nodes of fate. So right off the bat, you're working, with your destiny, toward your destiny, your calling, you're setting up your mission statement here. And remember, it's in your 11th house anyway. That is Aquarius's home. So when I say you are truly hyper focused on your future, Aquarius represents the future, your future goals and aspirations. Oh, wow. There's some things that are going to happen because the sun and the nodes both, represent life purpose. So, wow, throw in Venus, your ruler, in a very structured sign. And Venus is in Capricorn. That is your 9th house, though. So I would not be surprised if you are traveling, if you're going back to school, if you're writing a book, if you're, starting a podcast, okay? This is going to be a day. Go with the flow and flow with the go and see where things go, okay? Because this is the day of also the challenging aspect, that one challenging aspect, and that would be Mercury square Neptune at 29 degrees, a critical degree. As we know, Mercury is still in Sagittarius at this point. Remember, Mercury doesn't do well in Sagittarius. Neptune can bring a little bit of fog and illusion, delusion. Yeah. So it's a good day to not make commitments. This is a day you may want to avoid making New Year's resolutions. I'll tell you when to do it, all right? Because you really want to have a foot on the ground. The good news is Mercury does move into Capricorn later in the day, so that pulls you back down to Earth, all right? So all your ideas, your thinking, your communication, very strategic, okay? Very practical. The only thing is for you is that Mercury in Capricorn, that is your 9th house, and that's Sagittarius' home. So there is going to be a little bit of you merging like your physical mind, like logic, yeah, and this practicality with your higher mind, with your, worldview and your beliefs. So prepare. That's going to be until January 20th. All right. So just keep that in mind. We'll talk about it throughout your forecast, your weekly forecast. January 3rd on Saturday, that's when you got the full moon in Cancer, 13 degrees. This is an emotionally potent full moon. I mean, the moon rules Cancer. So you're going to have a lot of emphasis on home and family and loved ones, and even like feeling that intuitive energy, just that surge of that days before, days after. But it is a full moon, so there is something culminating here. Remember, Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. Cancer rules your 3rd house, okay? So I like this full moon. There's something here. It's almost like there's an important conversation that you're going to have, or maybe something that's been going on for many months. It's finally coming to conclusion, something being illuminated. Also, you may be coming back from a trip. You may be planning a trip. There may be some, honestly, family stuff. Siblings maybe in the picture. Maybe even neighbors are in the picture here, but I would not be surprised if you're going into phase 2 of something that you've been working on as well. Like writing projects is definitely going to be a big thing. I want you to think about what happened for you around June 25. Did I say June 25? Do people say that? June 25th, June 25. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that was the corresponding new moon in Cancer. That just happened to be right at the time of the Jupiter kazimi, the luckiest day of 2025. So think about what happened around that time. There's a turning point, okay? And this, by the way, is a day that you do want to make resolutions, because this is a great time to release anything that has been, particularly like an emotional anchor, okay? So keep that in mind. Remember, this is January 3rd. You got this full moon. Out with the old, In with the new. All right. Now, Tuesday, January 6th, you've got the first kazimi with your ruler, Sun conjunct Venus. Okay. This is that rare triple kazimi that we talked about on Great Awakener with Nick Dagan Best, even on this channel. This is kind of a big deal. You got the Sun, Venus, and Mars. Okay. These three planets are traveling together. So they're going to be at 16, 17, 18. 19 degrees, but the peak intensity, if you're taking notes, please, January 9th, mark that in the books. That's the peak intensity of all this triple kazimi activity. But the Sun conjunct Venus, first of all, a kazimi is when the planet is in the heart of the Sun. So think about that alignment. Wow. Okay. This planet goes through its own death and rebirth. It's a reset, a refresh. So you get a completely reborn Venus right before your birthday season, right before Venus moves into your sign, which is going to happen very soon. So this is amazing. There's something that you can look forward to. Remember, Venus is love and relationships and creativity and money and beauty and all of that, all the finer things in life. It's a great day to treat yourself, okay? But it is also a great day to broaden your horizons, right? It's still in your 9th house and it's so spiritual. And so you're gonna love this. The 9th house is the house of the gods. And so you've got a lot of activity there because that's what Capricorn rules for you. And you get along with Capricorn, okay? Fellow earth sign, but you will definitely feel magnetic around this time. It's Venus, it's your ruler. You're definitely gonna have some pleasures. And again, travel could be a big thing here, and publishing. Now, Wednesday, January 7th, you got Venus conjunct Mars, 18 degrees. You're going to feel this strong. Yeah, you're going to feel this strongly. You know what happens when the two cosmic lovebirds get together in a conjunction, the most powerful aspect. They're merging their energies. Please use this. I would say use these aspects. Use them. We didn't even get this last year. Okay? Venus is reborn. Mars is exalted. What? Yeah. So this is when you have some big, profound moment of clarity. Maybe something just really, this big spiritual awakening. It is in your 9th house. But it's also the perfect day for a date, a first date, a 20th date, a whatever. If you're single, go mingle. Go to the observatories, the banana store, wherever you meet singles. Swipe right, okay? Mars, again, exalted. Mars is passion. So is Venus. I mean, it's going to be off the charts. So whether you're in a relationship, whether you're not, and it doesn't even have to do with love. It can be career. It can be anything. But there is something that you're going to feel because if Venus is what your heart desires, Mars is how you get it. So you have to take that action. And you are going to see things. You're going to see a lot of movement. Commitments go a long way here. Now, Friday, January 9th, we have the Mars kazimi. So this is at 19 degrees. We know 19, 1 plus 9 equals 10 is a 1. But this is just really big, okay? It's like a boombox of an aspect. You've got an exalted Mars being reborn, refueled, getting 1,000% of his power from the Sun. Think of the Sun being like the charger, right? So this is like a rush. You're going to feel this with the Sun, right? So much optimism and joy and good health and vitality with Mars exalted. Think of Jason Momoa taking a bath and eating watermelon. This is he's really refreshed. He's going to go back on the battlefield for whatever movie he's in. But this is definitely high frequency willpower. And it sets you up to take really practical, yet assertive and fearless action. Okay. Remember, fear is fiction. So you're definitely going to go toward your goals, long-term goals here. It's in Capricorn. It's also an initiation. This is also a 2-year cycle. So I want you to consider these conjunctions like planting seeds as well. This is going to be a 2-year storyline playing out for you in your 9th house. And again, that's more about your spiritual beliefs, your philosophies, how you see things. A place where you're going to be imparting wisdom. Okay, there can be something with the courts as well, something with legal matters, law for you, especially with, Capricorn ruling your ninth and just Capricorn season. All right. And it could be the start of something. And when I say that, like you could be getting married, and that's something with the court. You do like a marriage certificate. But either way, what makes this aspect just so applesauce is that this is the perfection. This is when they're exact at 19 degrees. They're still traveling together. So they will be conjuncting all the way to the new moon in Capricorn. That's a long time. That's why this is such a powerful month. So please channel this energy constructively. Mars is physicality. He is like a spear as well. He can be super competitive and impatient. All right. So remember, it's all up to you. All up to you. But you're going to do great here. You're definitely a lot of y'all are definitely traveling by car. Okay. So be mindful. Like, like you're going to have a lot. You're going to feel that power. That's all I'm saying. Use it. Use it constructively. Now, the other thing is, okay, so cross watchers. Yeah. If you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your husband, Simon Rex, whoever, like earth signs, that would be you, Virgo and Capricorn. And I will throw in the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, will feel the kazimis the most, including Venus conjunct Mars. Okay. If you have any planets in your natal chart, 16 to 20 degrees, in any of those signs, well, those planets will be aspected. So of course they're going to feel it the most. Now, where are we? There's a lot of great things that are happening. So again, we'll talk about it after we do your spread. I'm going to point out some things for you, but let's just go ahead and get to the busiest, most loaded flashpoint of a 3-day holiday weekend. All right. That has 15 aspects. And we'll start with Saturday, January 17th. Okay. Remember, this is just Saturday. You have Venus sextile Neptune. You have the sun sextile Saturn. You have the sun trine Uranus in your sign. You have Mercury conjunct Mars, and you have Venus moving into Aquarius. So, wow. This is going to be a big weekend, okay? This day, Saturday, has happily ever after written all over it. It is so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. I love this day. You got Venus sextile Neptune. That's a fairy tale in itself. Little sister, big sister, a lot of compassion and romance. You have the sun sextile Saturn. That's optimism with your goals. And then the sun trine Uranus in your sign. You're going to shake things up. You're going to have breakthroughs. You're going to have breakthrough opportunities. The one thing I'm going to say is Mercury conjunct Mars. This is powerful. We had a lot of these. You know that. Okay, over the fall in Scorpio, your opposite sign. So there was, a lot of activity with partnerships and relationships, but it is Mercury conjunct Mars. So even though it's really great, it's like you putting ideas into motion, taking a lot of action with that. Just be mindful. It can be strong. It can be very, it's in Capricorn. It can be bossy. It can be blunt. Like executive decisions with no room for discussion. Thanks, but no thanks. That kind of energy. Now, Venus moving into Aquarius. There you go. Work, career, your legacy, all of that, achievements. This is your ruler in your 10th. And remember, you've got this energy for 19 years, 18 years now. Aquarius in your 10th house. Or Pluto and Aquarius, that is your 10th house. And you're going to feel a lot more of it toward the end of the month. But your ruler in Aquarius is more intellectual stimulation, like mental attraction. Okay, so you, from this point forward, you're going to have Venus in Aquarius the rest of the month. You're going to be craving deep conversations. You're going to be really needing to talk to your boss, asking for a raise, things like that. Okay, you're definitely going to be setting yourself up for a future. But you could also have Aquarius rules friendships and Venus, as you know, is very social and is in the sign of, the masses and community and shared missions and collaborations. So you're definitely going to be social, especially in the workplace. Okay. Now, the other thing is that Sunday, yeah, here we are, January 18th, you've got the new moon in Capricorn, 29 degrees. Okay. Technically 28, 44, it's 29. All right. Either way, it's a magical new moon. You are building this foundation. It does have a bite to it because Mars will be conjuncting Mercury, and that's actually baked into this new moon. So you can use that constructively. You've got enormous potential here. You're going to be opening doors. You're going to say, no, yeah, we're going to talk about my salary now, please. Yeah, that's that energy. But again, you're going to do it in a very because you're so motivated spiritually. Yeah. So keep that in mind. It's going to be from this point forward, you're going to see a lot of movement in your ninth house. So again, your belief system, higher learning. A lot of you are going back to school, by the way. I don't know if you know that, but you are. Can even be like online courses, but the way that this is set up this month, it's almost like y'all are the ones that are going to be the teachers. Okay. So it's really great. I mean, you do have a megaphone with Mercury conjunct Mars. But the new moon and Mercury, by the way, will trine Uranus in your sign. That's why this is the last in our lifetime. Remember, Uranus is leaving your sign in a few months. This will never happen again in our lifetime. And at 29 degrees, the anaretic degree, that is like a graduation. It's a true ending and new beginning here. So, wow. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. What does this mean? Well, you're going to have some breakthroughs. You're going to shake things up. You're going to get unexpected news or surprises. That's good, right? You could make a big announcement as well. Mercury sextile Saturn. You're definitely, again, the potential to sign something here is extremely high. All right, contracts, and remember, Capricorn rules, for you, the courts and legal matters as well. And there is that sense of justice and authority. This is plant seeds, please. Set intentions. This is good. This is in Capricorn. Okay? You're, again, fellow Earth sign. This new moon has really fertile soil. And speaking of which, it will be you in Virgo and Capricorn. And I'm throwing in the water signs that will feel the biggest shift from this new moon. You will see things unfold for sure. All right. Now, if you have any planets 27 to 29 degrees in any of those signs, buckle up. Your life is about to change. And speaking of your life about to change, hello, Monday, January 19th, happy Martin Luther King Day. If you are here, in the US, if not, it's still a happy Aquarius season. We move into Aquarius season. Therefore, it's your official welcome to the Great Awakening. Yeah. Welcome. Aquarius season, the next 4 weeks, again, you are just laser focused on career. That's what's happening here. Okay. That's what Aquarius rules for you. It's also fame. You're going to be getting recognized, especially with all these Pluto conjunctions. There is so much happening for you the second half. It's like a pinball machine. There's a lot happening. Remember, Aquarius also just rules friendships and allies and innovation and humanity, and your ruler Venus is here. And remember also, you were set up with that Capricorn energy. Remember, I said you're going to be imparting wisdom, and Aquarius is, the glyph is the water bearer. Yeah, pouring knowledge. So this is definitely a big time for you. Okay, you're a fellow fixed sign like Aquarius, and you are going to be marching to your own drumbeat. That's trademark Aquarius, where you kind of just absorb the qualities of that. You're going to be embracing your quirks or anyone else's. Yeah. Authenticity is going to be important for you. You're going to be going against the grain in a very rebellious way. Aquarius is the rebel. Yeah. But when I say that, it's for the like greater good of humanity. Aquarius rules humanity. So think Galileo, think Rosa Parks and Mozart and Thomas Edison, all these Aquarians, okay? Harry Styles. Aquarius is also known as like the genius. Yeah. I'm an Aquarius, but I didn't make the rules. I didn't make the rules. But it's known as that because Aquarius is like the deep thinkers. They do the pattern recognition. They ask the questions. They're inquisitive. Remember, they're the water bearer, so they thirst for knowledge so they can spread that knowledge. But they're also not friends of authority. They're not big fans of that. So there you go. You might have some moments with your boss or higher up, and we'll talk about that. But it is at this point you're gonna take your bridge that you built and you're gonna cross it, okay? Because Aquarius rules the future. And again, a lot of this is big emphasis on career. It's also the disruptor energy. Aquarius is the disruptor. Yeah, shakes things up. Remember, Uranus is Aquarius's ruler. And so that's why it has that rebellious energy. But look at what's happening. Well, actually, did I even write it? I don't think I did. Yeah. So on this day, yeah, you see Venus conjunct Pluto as well. But the Sun will sextile Neptune. Mars, still in Capricorn, will trine Uranus in your sign. Mars will also sextile Saturn. Yeah, in your 11th house of your future hopes and long-term goals and dreams. And Saturn will sextile Uranus in your sign, Taurus. Remember, Saturn sextile Uranus. That's part of the prism portal. This is a peak. It's one of the peaks. This is a truly unforgettable holiday weekend. And Saturn sextile Uranus, those two planets just happen to be Aquarius's rulers. Yep. Aquarius has two rulers. So we'll obviously cover all of this and in greater detail in your weekly forecast. Just know this is a weekend where you are very likely going to have really big breakthrough, really big opportunities come through in ways that you could never imagine. This is happening right at that new moon. There's 15 aspects this weekend. This is a flashpoint, and they're all harmonious, supportive aspects. Remember, Saturn he's the PE teacher. He's not going to make you climb that rope thing. All right. You're good. He's in good aspects here. All right. Opportunities, windows of opportunity. And you're also soaking up Venus conjunct Pluto. This is powerful. This is your ruler with Scorpio's ruler, Pluto. Yeah. Therefore, bringing in partnerships, relationships, love and marriage, legal matters as well, contracts, agreements, but big focus on your 10th house. So business partners, yeah, investors, things like that. Love and money and power and your values are all going to be themes around this time. All right. So this is big. All right. Tuesday, January 20th is when Mercury moves into Aquarius. So that's great. Mercury is actually considered exalted in Aquarius. It's not official, but it just makes sense. And a lot of astrologers consider that Mercury being like the lower octave of Uranus anyway. But this, hey, there you go. You're going to be having a lot of thoughts and conversations about your future, but also career, okay? And profession and all of that. And then January 21st to the 23rd, you've got so many conjunctions. Yeah, so many. I mean, Wednesday, January 21st, you've got the Mercury kazimi. That's amazing. There's a refresh here now with the planet of communication and ideas, and more like an upgrade. It's Mercury in Aquarius. January 22nd, Thursday, you've got Mercury conjunct Pluto. Here's the one thing that I do want to say. Pluto, remember, he digs deep, he excavates. So you're really going to be looking for answers, okay? Whether it's within you, maybe you working with your shadow side, but there is an element of partnerships, love, money, investments, even inheritance, all of that may come up, themes that may come up. Like you are going to be tapping into your inner Mulder Scully, but it is Mercury conjunct Pluto, so you could also have like intense conversations around this time, deep conversations, and it's Pluto. So remember, everything's energy, including the words that come out of your mouth, because this is strong. All right. You've also got Friday, January 23rd, the Sun conjunct Pluto. So now you have literally the planet of death and rebirth having a true death and rebirth. We will talk about this more in your weekly forecast, but the magnitude of these back-to-back conjunctions, they're going to penetrate. They're strong. It's like you just discovered superpowers you never knew you had. I mean, Pluto is transformation, and he's digging. And so there will likely be some truths coming to the surface. Are you speaking your truth or standing for truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Okay. And truth requires loyalty to yourself, to others. This is also whistleblower energy. Yeah. This is peeling back lids to secure your bridge, your legacy. And it really brings in a lot of partnership energy, a lot of intimacy. I mean, it's Venus and Pluto, so really big emphasis on love and money, but also career. All right. And you see Mars will move into this sign as well, into Aquarius, 0 degrees. So you're definitely going to feel that surge of energy. And at this point, all the planets have left Capricorn. I mean, like, this is like the beginning of your 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius. Yeah. With Mars and Pluto, the Sun, Mercury, Venus. This is big. Mars and Aquarius, it's going to give you everything. It's like you're going to give everything you got for your future, for career, for relationships. This is a really big deal because remember, Mars is also Scorpio's ruler. And so that brings us to Tuesday, January 27th, when you have Scorpio's 2 rulers, Mars and Pluto, in a conjunction. They're the 2 most powerful planets. This is that true disruptor energy on a whole other dimension. And when I say disruptor, we're talking like Time Magazine's top 100 disruptors list, that kind of energy. But it's Mars and Pluto. All right. So it is maximum overdrive. It is sex drive. It's no brakes. This is a particle accelerator, all right, for your passions and your goals and your transformation. But again, for a lot of y'all, huge emphasis on career, marriage, love, partnerships, contracts, fame. All right. We didn't get this last year. It's every 2 years. Use this, please. But also be mindful. It is extremely potent, as in it can be domineering. Yeah, it is in the most rebellious sign. So yeah, it's in your 10th. There may be some powerful moments that you have with authority figures like bosses. All right. Remember, you're on a karmic journey. Everything has ripple effects. And air signs, actually, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius will feel all of these conjunctions the most. And I am going to throw in the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And if you have any planets 0 to 5 degrees, wear 2, strap in twice. These are powerful. And then between the conjunctions, you see on Monday, January 26th, yeah, Neptune moves into Aries, 0 degrees. You got a preview of that March 30th to October 22nd. That is, yeah, like, that's going to have a big impact on you, right? I actually did a video on Neptune and Aries that I completely forgot about that I did. So I'll leave that at the end of this video. But this is it. This is it. Okay. Neptune moving into Aries. That's your 12th house. That's Neptune's home. So this is that spiritual warrior, that compassionate hero, the visionary, leader, artist, all of that. That's that archetype. We'll talk about it more in your weekly forecast. So let's get started. See what is going on for you, Taurus, for January 2026. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. So Taurus, yeah. Okay. You are...
How are y'all doing? Happy 2026. I do a traditional call to cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a monthly reading. And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know we will. And you know I love y'all. Taurus, this is going to be, come on. There's big one. And even when we get to February, oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell you what. Yeah, you got a lot. All right, a lot happening. Let's see what's going on here. You're gonna get a. Yep, you're good. You're good. What is going on? We gotta talk about something, but you got the Fool. You've already begun. There it is. You've already begun your new journey, your brand new journey. You've already taken risks. If not, you're gonna. This is, remember, you only got 2 more months. What is it? 3, 4 more months of Uranus in your sign. Use it. Okay? Uranus is all about freedom. Do you. Go get what you deserve. This is all about opportunities and optimism, and there's this innocence here, being true to himself, authenticity. You see the full blast of the sun there. You're good. Just take that leap. Remember, I talked about loyalty too. A little white dog here. There is a sense of you doing you because it's true to you, and I'm not surprised because, again, all of these planets in Capricorn the first half of the month in your 9th house. Okay, this is really great. So you can expect things to change right off the bat, and then you also have the Knight of Wands in the heart of your spread. Like, you are ready to change your life. All the knights are they're all on a mission. They all serve a purpose. And the wands, oh yeah, this is double fire, knights and wands. You've got fire in your belly to go after and wands, very career related and profession. And again, even if you're not here for that, it's your passions. Yep. Nothing's going to stop you. Look at that. Oh, there's no off button here. And by the way, Knight of Wands is Sagittarius. Very interesting because Sagittarius does rule your 8th house of transformation. Yeah. And you even see the salamanders all over his tunic, which is, represent that. But anyway, Temperance, another Sagittarius card in your challenge area. So 2 things here. Don't try to force anything, okay? What did I say from the very beginning? Go with the flow, flow with the go, all right? It's like when you see that disc right here on the pineal gland, okay? Or third eye, whatever you want to call it, 6th sense. You just trust your intuition. Don't try to force anything because there are a lot of conjunctions. And they're powerful. All right. So it's how you use that energy. There's a rhythm here with temperance. Temperance literally means self-restraint, right? So trust your intuition. That's it. Okay. On circumstances that do come up where you may feel like, oh no, because Mars is charged up too. The other thing is there may be someone that is like in your life who could be a little, they're not like falling in line. Like, you're like, what are you doing? They're a little off balance, and they're probably, temperance in the challenge area. It can be like extremes, right? So they could be doing things that are a little bit extreme. And that's this month with all these conjunctions. A lot of people are going to feel that confidence and ego and things like that, right? So keep that in mind. You're the one that's going to help. 7 of Cups. Wow. Are you a cross watcher? If you're a cross watcher, you know that card's come up, I think, in everyone's spread so far. You got to know what you want. But listen, this is a month where you decide what it is, right? It's all about your legacy. And so just be very clear, especially with relationships, partnerships, contracts, right here with that Seven of Cups. Seven really is desire. You've got Venus really in strong placements, but then in also Venus in Aquarius. Remember, it's a little out of her element because it's all mental. It's all mental. Yeah. It's all about doing things together, but this is you and your decision. And you see a little bit of smoke and mirror here, right? Remember, even with all the Pluto conjunctions, it's your truth and nothing but the truth. You got to be true to you, okay? Know what you want, right? And how you do that, you got to trust your intuition, because he's also, remember, he's blazing forward. He's not even looking down. He's taking risks. So have all of it, mind, body, spirit, because this is great, but you have to bring in that, the intuition, the connection to it, but also spirit and spirituality, but also heart. All right. There's a lot of action here. Don't go chasing waterfalls that, yeah. I don't even know if that's the thing, but you know what I'm saying with that stuff. Just, there may be a little bit of fog. If there is, wait it out. Wait it until it clears. How does that clear? You got to go within. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. So again, another reference to something with relationships here. You're on a mission. You're ready to get everything that you deserve. The Knight of Cups is all about fulfilling yourself emotionally. Okay? And yes, highly associated with relationships. So is the Seven of Cups for you, because the Seven of Cups is attributed to Venus in Scorpio, which rules your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. And then remember, you've got these 2 Sagittarius cards. Yeah. And so that's your 8th house, which has to do with like relationship building and intimacy, etc. But again, if you're not here for love, this can just be you pursuing your passions and a lot of career energy. And then lastly, you have that 10 of Cups, which does indicate a lot of this has to do with love and romance and just that this is the feel good. You got the 10 of Cups in your future. You've got the card where you've got the only rainbow in tarot, which is very promising. Okay? It's all about this promising future. You're good. You see the happy couple, happy family, happy everything. This is nirvanic. And so you are going for it. You've got a lot to look forward to. Let's get to your stuff. Those 2 nights, like you're not going to be idle this month at all. And again, with all the conjunctions with Mars, and it's just like you're good. Anyway, Taurus, y'all, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, share, hype. But leave comments. Tell me what's going on. You've got so much happening. There's a lot of North Node activations this month, which we'll talk about in your weekly forecast. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to give you these people. I do not know who they are. You're going to get, okay. You get Chris Farley. You're amazing. I don't even know what to say. Like you've just broke the internet. Like, come on. Yeah, the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah. Just you're in it to win it. Look at that. He's not distracted. He's diligent. He's determined. Oh, he's driven. All of that. He's focused on his legacy here. And because he's all of the above that I said, all the D words, he's successful. He's going to make it. Okay. Focus on your gut. It's almost like I don't even have to tell you. Like, you're just going to be very driven this month. This is really amazing because you do that. You get the 9 of Pentacles. She's rich. AF. You're going to be great. You're going to be great. Yeah, I don't even know what, like, there you go. You're good. I mean, all that hard work and effort, even that Capricorn energy. Yeah, Mars exalted in Capricorn. Capricorn being like the, known as like hardworking, right? Earning things. There you go. Amazing. This garden abundance stacked. Look at all that harvest. Oh, you're good. The other thing, it is in your external factors area. There's a sense of like community, family. There's a sense of there's someone, obviously, female figure who could really open doors for you too. All right. There could be someone, and actually with their 8th house, activated a little bit, mostly your 7th. There is a sense of like, I think I said earlier, like joint bank accounts. Like there's activity where there's someone else involved. Okay. It could even be like your partner gets their dream job and whoa, now we can move into this huge house with this huge garden. We can get our own falcon. Whatever it is, you're good. But definitely there's doors opening for you to reach that sense of pure bliss. The high priestess. Yeah. What I say earlier about that intuitive energy and being in touch, right? There you go. That's what you want anyway. And then lastly, there you go. There's what's at the end of the bridge for you. There's a brand new opportunity. Everything's changing because you took that risk, right? You took that leap of faith. You believed in yourself. This is confidence right here. You started this new journey for yourself. You put wheels in motion. You're good. I don't even know. I mean, there you go. New opportunity. A lot of you are getting new jobs, new careers, starting your own businesses, following some passion, turning it into something that's meaningful and significant and long lasting. Like there's all this energy here, this new energy. It's all because you just, wow, you're good. Okay. Taurus. Oh my gosh. Let's break it down week by week. The first week, Taurus, you've got that full moon in Cancer. You got those North Node activations. One thing that I wanted to point out to you, well, the triple kazimis, they're gonna have impact. But Thursday, January 8th, Mercury, which is now in Capricorn, will also sextile the North Node in Pisces and trine the South Node in Virgo as well. So now you have the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and even at the end of December, you had Mars with these nodal activations. So Mercury is negotiating with the nodes. And as you know, North Node in Pisces in your 11th house of your future hopes and wishes and dreams. So you could have some sort of faded message, faded conversation around this time. It's really, really big. Let's see what's going on for you. Well, we do have some Jupiter oppositions, but we'll talk about that in your weekly forecast. Those are not bad. Those are, Jupiter always squeezes something good out of something. So there may be a little like tug of war, but there's like payoff here. Okay. So let's see. First week of January, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I'm using the wrong deck. This is for the second spread, but okay, we'll give you the bonus one. You got the Knight of Pentacles. So again, that's your third night. It's just very indicative of the fact that you are on a mission. Nothing's going to stop you now in terms of this legacy that you're building. But all right, let's see. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. First week for you, yeah. You have the 8 of Cups. So there is definitely something that you may be leaving behind. And of course, look, you have the Fool. You are starting something new. That's amazing. And it is during, you see the eclipse here happening. He's moving to higher ground. Oh, you're good. You're good. There's something that you may be leaving something for something bigger. The second week is, I did want to bring up, remember, this is when we have 15 aspects over 3 days, but I want to bring up January 15th. You are going to have Venus trine Uranus in your sign. So again, would not be surprised if you shake things up, if you do something different here. Venus is still very close to the sun. It brings in that optimism, and then you could also have some sort of breakthrough in love and money around this time. But let's see what's going on for you for the second week of January. Oh, 10 of Wands. Yeah, there's something here that's ending, beginning, but it's up to you. All right. This is just saying, let's not burden ourselves or take on too much. There can be some burnout energy, especially with all these conjunctions and the really, really busy weekend. There's a lot happening. So it is a good time. Especially even with that new moon, right? There is a good time. It is a good time to end, right? And Wands, very career related. So you are going to be aware. You're definitely going to be aware of the things that you have to let go. And another interesting thing is, by the way, all this Sagittarius energy here, and then you get another Sagittarius card. That's your 8th house, okay? So big time transformation that's about to happen. But definitely with that 7 of Cups and the 10 of Wands, okay, it is that second week where you may have to really, really just be super hyper focused on what you want, because they both can't see, right, where they're going. And so you want to be able to like drop a wand or two. All right. That can be even some burnout energy. So you do not want that, and recognize what it might be should it come up. All right. Now, third week. Yeah, we move into Aquarius season, and then you've got, you've just got so much happening. You've got so much happening. Mercury moves into Aquarius. You have all those kazimis. The big one would be the Pluto kazimi. And then don't forget, Mars is moving into Aquarius. So again, just so much energy in career, relationships, partnerships, agreements, fame. A lot of you are going to be recognized. Let's see the third week. For you. That's actually great. You need that, especially with a week like this, the 4 of Swords, that stillness of mind. You've got all these nights, like you're on the go, 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 right? And so remember, you want to take, this is perfect. I'm glad that you got the 4 of Swords, which is just taking that moment for yourself and really processing things before you go back out there and finish building your bridge. And then the last week, and you could have like relationships and work on your mind. All right. I like processing what's next, or something big just happened. You're like, how do I adapt? And everything's about to change. Now, Tuesday, or the last week, is when we have Neptune moving into Aries, Mars conjuncting Pluto. It's a big week. All right, let's see what's happening last week of January. Sitting in that throne. You're getting everything that you deserve. Everything. This is like epitome of your passions, epitome of fire. That fire in your belly. Remember, you have the Knight of Wands in the heart of your spread. By the end of this all, wow, you got the King of Wands with the Ace of Wands. He is the entrepreneur, the CEO. He is a huge leader, but he's full of passion, and he's not sitting in that throne from like succession or lineage, any of that. He worked his way up, and with this, you are putting in that effort. You're good. Taurus, next week we will go deeper in the aspects. Second spread, we'll pull more cards. Love, career, money, all of it. We'll take a look. We'll do that. So tier 3 members, really good, and legendary members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. And what else? Taurus, you want to take a screenshot? Like, this is big. This is big. This is going to be a big month for you. I'm so excited for you. All right, Taurus, thanks so much. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I'll talk to you next week. Thanks so much. All right. Bye-bye.